Hi guys! So today I'm going to be showing you what I ate in a day to lose 20 pounds, and I'm going to show you how I make each meal. So if you like the video, please check out my other videos on how to lose weight or how I lost weight, and also my miscellaneous other lifestyle videos. And please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. So the first recipe that I want to show you guys is the protein oats. So this is another breakfast that I would always eat when I'm trying to lose weight. I usually eat this one on the weekends because it takes like a little bit more time to prepare, but not that much. But it's just some oats, some protein, and whatever fruit that I want to add to the oatmeal. And I already have the water going here. It's just 1 cup of boiled water, and then once the water starts boiling, I add half a cup of the oats and then stir it around. And sometimes I add the berries in while I'm stirring it around, so it kind of like melts in your oatmeal, and then other times I just add it on top. And then I like to add bananas on top. And once I'm done with the whole stirring and I put it into a dish, then I add the protein. Just a scoop to keep me really full until lunchtime. You don't want to add it in while it's cooking because then it kind of like cooks the protein and it tastes weird. Now that the water is boiling, I am going to add half a cup of these. Some people add like a pinch of salt and I don't, but yeah. To show you guys earlier, but I'm gonna add 2 packets of stevia, and I mean you can add as many as you want or none. You can also add honey if you like, but when I was trying to lose weight, I ate a lot of stevia because it has no calorie and it's, you know, from a plant, so it's pretty good for you. And I'm just gonna add that in here to make it really nice and sweet, and then add my berries. So now I've added the stevia and the oats look about done, and I'm going to turn off the heat and add my berries. So this is what the oats look like after I've added the berries in and like stirred them and smushed them around a little bit, and I think it looks so good, and I promise it's so delicious. And I'm just going to add the protein powder in now. Okay guys, I put it into a bowl, and now I am going to add my 1 scoop of protein powder. And then I'm going to stir it in and put the bananas on top. I'm done with the whole breakfast now, and I guarantee you that it tastes so delicious. It's so sweet, especially after the protein powder, but not like too sweet. It tastes like vanilla blackberry oatmeal, and then with the bananas on top, and it's just so good because you like infuse the blackberry flavor into the oatmeal, and then stirring in the vanilla later just really finishes it off, and it tastes really good. And this keeps me full for like a super long time because of the protein and the carbs in the oatmeal. But the oatmeal is so good for you as well. It's not the instant kind, and the fruits are really good for you. So I hope you really like this breakfast as much as I do. So the second recipe I want to show you guys is a cheesy veggie stuffed omelet. And this keeps you so full for so long, and it's full of good vegetables. You're just gonna need a little bit of whatever veggies you like in your omelet. I like spinach, tomato, mushrooms, and sometimes onions, but I didn't have any. And you're just gonna need 2 eggs and a slice of cheese, or shredded cheese if you prefer. And you're just gonna dice up the tomatoes, and I don't dice up my mushrooms or the spinach. And here are the 2 eggs in a bowl. I'm gonna add some salt and pepper to them, and then I'm gonna beat them into a froth. And then, of course, get the pan ready with some butter so that I can make my omelet. Here's the pan I'm gonna use, and I put it on to medium heat. Here's the butter that I'm gonna put in, about just like a teaspoon of butter, enough to cover the pan, but not like you're gonna like be deep frying it or anything. That's just the amount I use, and I like swirled it around the pan so that, you know, our eggs don't stick to the pan. And after the butter has melted, you're ready to pour in the egg mixture. Now I'm just gonna let the egg cook for a little bit and make like a little pancake out of it. I like to pick up the pan and swirl it around the sides so that it becomes kind of like a bigger circle. And I think this helps it evenly cook into one big circle. And as you can see, it's already cooking really fast because we're not using a whole lot of egg. And while it's finishing up cooking, I am gonna stir fry the mushrooms and the spinach in a separate pan because I feel like the mushrooms aren't gonna cook enough. And the egg mixture, like, it's not gonna get that soft if you just fold over fresh mushrooms in the egg. So here I am cooking them in a separate pan just to soften them up before I put them in the egg and don't cook them for much longer. So as you can see, our egg is nearly done, and I'm just gonna swivel it around off the heat for like a couple more seconds before I put it back on to low heat. And I'm gonna put in my vegetables. Okay guys, as you can see, the egg has now basically been done, and I've put in my vegetables. I just left it on low heat to completely cook the egg, and now I'm gonna fold the egg over and of course put the cheese in. Okay guys, I've now folded my omelet over, and as you can see, the cheese has melted just from the residual heat. And it looks so delicious, and it's huge. Like, that's the spatula compared to it. So this is gonna keep you full for a long time. Not to mention, it's very delicious and filled. And here is the cheesy veggie omelet. Any vegetables that I couldn't fit into the omelet, I just put them on the side and I eat it along as I go. And I promise that this breakfast is super good for you and really delicious. And I like the American cheese just because you already know it's only 50 calories, and I actually like the taste of the cheese. Of course, you know, you can use whatever cheese you want, or even better, I guess, have no cheese at all. So the last recipe I want to show you guys is my green curry stir fry, and it's really good. So I'm gonna show you how to make the green curry chicken that I like to eat a lot when I'm trying to lose weight, because it's very flavorful, but not a lot of carbs, not a lot of calories. You're just gonna need like a green curry paste, and it doesn't really matter what brand you use. I like to put spinach, cauliflower, carrots, and tomatoes, and really whatever vegetables I have in the fridge that day, because you should pack it full of vegetables because it's so nutritious. And obviously the chicken or any lean meat you have, and it makes a really tasty meal that's low carb, really nutritious, and has a lot of protein so that you don't get hungry. Now I've cut up the chicken into little slices, kind of like half of a little cube, because I like them more on the thin side because I feel like it's softer and easier and yummier to eat that way. And plus, if you marinate it with things, then it's also more flavorful if you make them smaller. And I just put black pepper, salt, white pepper, and chili powder on it, and then massaged it into the chicken. And I've washed my vegetables. And now I'm gonna stir fry the chicken in oil, as well as the green curry paste. So first, you're gonna stir fry the green curry paste in vegetable oil until it's like really fragrant, and then you're gonna drop in the chicken, stir fry that around, and then put in the vegetables. As you can see, I put the oil in and the green curry paste in, and you just want to stir fry it around like this until it smells super fragrant, and then you're going to drop in the chicken. So now, as you can see, everything is really nicely mixed and looks super tasty and flavorful. And first, after the chicken begins to cook for a little bit and like whiten,
you can add the carrots, and then after that begins to cook a little bit, like the cauliflowers or whatever, the order of vegetables that are like harder to cook or take a longer time to cook. And then after this is as soft as I like it to be, I'm gonna add the tomatoes and the spinach, and then we're all done. When I'm on a diet, I like to eat this with cauliflower rice, and it tastes so good. But obviously, if you're not on a diet, then you can just eat it with rice, and it tastes even better. Or some people even eat it with noodles, but I think if you're trying to lose weight, then you should keep it low carb and eat more of this stuff and less of the carbs. So cauliflower rice is a super good side to eat this with. I've added the spinach and the tomatoes now, and it looks so good. It looks so flavorful and so healthy, and it's so low carb and really nutritious. And I'm just gonna eat this right after it's done. I'm gonna leave it on for a couple more minutes, and then I'm just gonna eat it like that. Okay guys, that was the last recipe, and that's what it looks like done. I really hope that you all liked my video and you enjoyed the recipes and that they were helpful and taste good. And if you did, please like and subscribe to my channel so you can tune into more videos. Hopefully see you on Sunday. Bye!